We got Randa Markos back here on the program. She's going to be taking on Nina Ansaroff at UFC on Fox 30 in Calgary on July 28th. And Randa, I wanted to start first with your training camp. I know that in the past you've kind of customized your training camp as far as what you like doing. Is that the same case in this fight?
Yeah, I stuck with the same routine as last time and last few fights. I feel like it's working good for me. I just got my purple belt in jiu-jitsu, so I'm really focusing on improving every part of my game. And like that's the best I could do right now. And I think it's best for me. So going to a jiu-jitsu gym to improve on my jiu-jitsu, wrestling to improve on my wrestling, boxing. I feel like that's the best for me, and we'll see the improvement in this next fight. I feel like I've come a long way since Carla Esparza, since my fight in Mexico. So I'm hoping to come out there a better version of myself.
Okay. And what about training partners? Who are some of the people you get to work with?
I got a lot of great training partners. Mike Johnson for my boxing, Yasmin, Hassan for Hassan Al Haywan. Sorry about
No,
the
right?
name.
I know the last name's
Hassan
going to be
for
tough.
wrestling, great wrestler. He's moving on to university wrestling next year, so I get some great training. Shelby Norman, so for jiu-jitsu, she's been great. She's coming out every time for me, and we're just drilling constantly, working on things. Morgan comes out and works with me, so a lot of great people, a lot of great talent, and have been coming out, helping me out, and hopefully get this victory not only for myself, for my team.
Excellent. And how about the weight cut? How's that process going? It seems like you've really sort of refined it over the last couple of fights.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like working hard and especially that not eating after
Oh, the
not
fasting.
eating.
We talked about this intermittent fasting. I remember that.
That really boosted my weight loss, and ever since then I've been low. I've been walking around 130 pounds, and I'm not even trying, and I'm waking up at 127, which is amazing for me. And so it's not really a big struggle right now for the weight cut. I'm not focusing on it. I just want to make sure my mind is set on improving my fight game. So it's been great.
And who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Same people as last time. I got my husband because he's got the fighting background, so he kind of helps put it all together. I got my wrestling coach and my jiu-jitsu coach, and I don't have my boxing coach there, but I feel like it works better like having the training and doing muscle memory in practice, and then trying to remember that in the cage rather than having too many voices in my corner. So I feel like that's been working good for me. And I have Tony, my conditioning coach, there with me. He's not going to be in my corner, but he's going to be there helping me out with my conditioning and getting ready and the weight cut as well.
Great. How do you see this fight playing out on July 28th?
I don't know. In my favor, of course, but I'm thinking she's going to come out striking. She's going to come out try to take me out with her feet, with her hands, and I'm looking to close the gap and take it to the ground. Or if she wants to keep it standing, I'm ready for it. So whatever happens, I feel like I'm ready for it. And if it doesn't work out, well, it's just a learning game, right? So, but I'm obviously looking for the win.
Where do you feel like a win over Nina puts you in this division? Because I was looking at your record. One thing that's interesting is you alternate between wins and losses. This would be like 2 fights in a row for you in the UFC, which is weird if you think about it, because you've been in the UFC for a while.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be 4 wins in a row for me once I come out of this. I feel like I won that fight in Mexico. It didn't, the results didn't come out in my favor at the end, but when I watch the fight and break it down, I did get that win, and I've only improved since then. And I feel like I'm not taking it as a win loss win loss. This is going to be my 4th victory in a row. So, yeah, that's gotta stay positive.
No, I like the mindset. I think that's a good way to sort of approach everything. I'm going to switch gears a little bit here. We just had UFC 226 this past weekend, and of course, aside from Daniel Cormier becoming a 2-division champion, everyone's talking about Brock Lesnar returning. I wanted to get your thoughts when you saw everything that happened in the cage with Brock pushing DC and just him being back and getting the title shot. As a fellow fighter, I know not even close to heavyweight, I just want to get your thoughts on that whole thing.
I think it's ridiculous. To be honest, like, come on. He does not look like he's in fighting shape. He looks like he's on steroids, you know what I mean? Like he looks younger now than he did back when he was fighting. He's obviously on something. I think that the whole him coming in and pushing Daniel Cormier and calling out everybody, he's got that, WWE mentality. This is a different sport. I don't like the way that's going. I mean, obviously it's good for the fans, I guess, but I feel like fight fans don't like that stuff. I've heard a lot of, bad bad things about it. You know, people saying that they didn't like that. I don't think he should come back and fight, but it's not up to me. You know, it's up to the UFC and it's up to the ratings, I guess. So it'll be a good fight for the ratings, but I don't think he should come back. I think that's a bad move.
We're obviously in the middle of summer right now. I know you always get out to the pool and stuff. One of the things I wanted to ask you, is that your pool or is that like a family member? Because I always, like, I'm super jealous. I wish I had like a nice pool like that.
Yeah, that's my pool. Yeah, it's awesome. I always wanted a pool. I actually got this house with a pool just for my family because we never had one growing up, and my nieces and nephews can come over all the time and swim, and I'm kind of like living through them.
Nice. No,
So
that's
I
good.
made sure I had a pool just so I can enjoy it. I love the sun. I love like the water and everything. I can't swim, but I love
Really?
chilling in the.
You don't know how to swim?
No, that's my biggest weakness. It's my kryptonite is deep water.
They must have like adult swimming lessons. You should, because you like the water so much. I'm sure you'd want to like get in there and actually swim a little bit.
I honestly tried.
You have,
Back
and it
in
just
high
hasn't gone
school,
well. Okay.
back in high school, I broke my ankle and broke my leg, and I decided to try and learn how to swim. I was like 17, 18, and it didn't work out.
Okay, interesting. That's interesting. How important is that time? You know, you're a really big family person. We saw that in the Ultimate Fighter, and you know, obviously you're with your nieces and stuff. Like, how important is that during training camp to kind of, you know, training camp can be hard. It's a grind. How you know, how important is that during camp?
It's important. It's very important. Like having my time, alone time is also important to me. But just being happy, and they make me happy. So that's very, very important. Take my mind off of everything, and just having some laughs and having family around and just enjoying my time is very, very important because life is too short. If we, every day I sit there and think too much about the fight and go crazy over the fight. It's like then 6 months later I get a fight. It's like, whoa, I was like angry this entire time. It's like it's the time to like take away from training and just enjoy myself. So
Last question before I let you go. I always ask you this. What are you watching on TV right now? You still watching? I think it was The Office last time we were talking. I can't remember.
yeah.
Or no, it was
Anim-
no, it wasn't The Office. What was it? It was it?
Animal Kingdom.
Oh, okay, that's the latest one.
They
Okay.
had a new season on recently. It's awesome. I really like it. Actually, I think last time was Last Man on Earth. That was
That's the
awesome.
one. Yes.
I can't wait till new seasons come up. But I was watching Animal Kingdom, and that was great. Definitely recommend it. Very cool.
Good stuff. Well, we certainly got to check out this fight. It's UFC on Fox 30 coming up here July 28th. Randa, it is always good talking to you. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I just want to thank Receptra for the sponsorship and for awesome products. Smith Physiotherapy for helping me maintain everything and get ready for this fight. Garage Gym for all the work they do for me. And also you can find me on Instagram, Randa Markos, Twitter, Randa MMA, and Facebook, Randa Markos. And thank you, everybody, for all your support.